Menko Jolly Sow with a poker face just about in fifth on the inside. Kieran Gethings in company with good girl Rachel, and wider Snow is in the Sky. One circuit to go from here. The back three, Camshaft and Stavanger Rose and Roberta Bishop. Shane Quinlan just about the back marker as they get to the end of the home straight, about to take the left-hander and run uphill towards the far side. And it is Fern Gully finishing in third place in her bumper at Uttoxeter on New Year's Eve, is racing quite freely on the front end now under Harry Cobden, and is a length and a half in front of Poet's Muse, with Eremenko and James Bowen in third. Eremenko, a sibling of Doddy the Great, a winner at last year's Cheltenham Festival. In fourth position is Jolly Sow with Poker Face in fifth. In sixth is Good Girl Rachel, the best turned out winner. Snow is in the Sky, Camshaft, Roberta Bishop and Stavanger Rose last of all. So 4 hurdles in the back straight. Fern Gully leads over the first of them to Poet's Muse in second. Jolly Sow and Poker Face just having a bit of a bump after that latest obstacle. That was number 4. Moving on towards the fifth, Fern Gully hops over to Eremenko, and Stavanger Rose has gone there. Stavanger Rose, a faller at that. Fern Gully to Eremenko. Poet's Muse has dropped to third, Poker Face in fourth. Still 2 more to take in the back straight. Jolly Sow is in fifth, and then Camshaft in sixth position, ahead then of Good Girl Rachel and Roberta Bishop. So it is Fern Gully that leads the way. Fern Gully with the lead over that to Eremenko in second. Snow is in the Sky clearing it, but well tailed off as it is. Fern Gully by 2.5 to 3 lengths to Eremenko in second. In third place is Poet's Muse. In fourth position is Poker Face. Jolly Sow is in fifth, and they're followed by Camshaft and George O'Neill Jr. Good Girl Rachel is chased along, and Roberta Bishop is at the back on the long run for home now. And Fern Gully continues to lead the way to Eremenko in second. Then Poet's Muse, Poker Face still in touch in fourth, around 3 or 4 lengths off the lead. Jolly Sow is next from Camshaft. The chase along Good Girl Rachel, and Roberta Bishop is also pushed along at the back. So Fern Gully still the leader. Eremenko sitting comfortably at the moment. Ridden is Poet's Muse in third. Poker Face still in touch, and then Jolly Sow. So they're back where they started in this Beware the Brides of March Mare's Maiden Hurdle. 3 left to jump, and Fern Gully is in front of Eremenko. Poker Face running quite a big race in behind. Touchdown in third. Weakening is Poet's Muse. Made quite a bad mistake. So Eremenko and Fern Gully, they're on by a few lengths to Poker Face in third. Ridden along, getting reminders as they head towards the second last. Fern Gully and Harry Cobden on the right, Eremenko and James Bowen on the left, just getting a flick down the shoulder. Eremenko, they're both motoring over the second last. They're 15 clear of Poker Face now. 1 left to jump, heading for the final 2 furlongs. Fern Gully responding the far side. Eremenko driven the near side, and it's Fern Gully that leads by a couple of lengths now to Eremenko. Hasn't found a great deal. Fern Gully responding generously, coming down to the 10th and final flight. Fern Gully met it spot on, soared over 6 lengths clear, and Fern Gully has turned away the challenge of Eremenko. She was well backed on her debut in a bumper. Today she's shown us why. Storming clear, Fern Gully for Harry Cobden, owner breeder Mrs. Claire Bonner and Emma Lavelle. Eremenko second, a long way clear of Poker Face, who will get to the line tired, but in third, and fourth goes to Poet's Muse.
Come on, they got work to do. Circumbendibus kicks away, coming to the last 250, and it's Circumbendibus by 3 lengths. Connery on the outside trying to reel them in late on, but Circumbendibus, the bird is flowing 5 lengths to the good. Circumbendibus absolutely cruised in. City of Love second, Donkarori third, and Major Tommy got up for fourth. Safiso Bungani for Greg and Gina Bortz, Mr. H.J. Da Silva, Blaine Hamilton, Mr. McNabb, Mr. and Mrs. O'Brien and Arrest Del Carmo Pty Limited, nominee Mr. P.F.M. Da Carmo. Well done to Glenn Cotson, Circumbendibus. Safiso Bungani, let this one rip. 10 Ainder Farm. Breeders, 400,000 Rand buy. City of Love second, Don Carrari, and I think Major Tommy just tags Connery late on. Circumbendibus jumped out the machine second, just behind Don Carrari, and then Safisa Bongani allowed him to stride on by, and going through the 700-metre markers, started to pick up the pace, and that was the closest they got to number 8, Circumbendibus. Another Vercingetorix to come flying through, and will win with total command. That's the running of race number 9.
I think the race is definitely up for debate, and I think the market is as well, to be honest, in terms of what price you think Plains Drifter should be. He's bumped into 2 above-average horses who've gone on to advertise the form latterly, though his rating potentially would leave him vulnerable to an improver. So it is on the Marmite, but I think at odds against, it's probably just about fair enough, I think, on balance. He's gone 11-8. The Dog Thief was beaten a long, long way by that Fair Willie Mullins horse to Carlisle, but maybe this track will lend itself to his run style. He's 11-4, and Toby's Hill joining a new yard. There's an avenue, I suppose, of improvement in terms of his inexperience as well. 3-1. Money coming in for Son You're a Star, 9-2 into 4-1, and also Bugs and Bugs 25 from 33-1. So that's interpretive quality of this race, or nature of it, is definitely feeding into the market. 11-8 though, solid. Plains Drifter, very much the one to be as we go back trackside.
Yeah, and just a footnote to that first race, I think, Alex, we need to underline just how good a performance that was from that winner. When he got off, he says, "You've got a good one there." We could overhear him saying to the owner, so that's definitely one that will be high ranking time.
Yeah, and maybe people will look past it because it's market raising, a bit of innocuous time of the year, but we've seen smart horses come here before. The New Lion ran here not too long ago, so smart horses can debut here, and a lot to like about that performance.
Oh, most certainly, yeah. We saw the paddock shots earlier on. We were in depth about those on Extra, I think it was. But the Dog Thief is definitely one for the longer term. Can he win today? Because I know he was hammered at Carlisle, but he kept that odds-on favourite honest for a long time, and then that ran away into a different county from him. But it's still a nice building curve he's got with this one. Yeah,
he is. As you say, he ran well to a point before ultimately being left behind, but I think the bare 20 lengths, obviously you can upgrade or downgrade that, because obviously he's on fire, won so easily, but also the Dog Thief had just given his running and was well clear of the rest. Went from the front that day, so interesting to see if they adopt those positive tactics again, and clearly there'll be more to come. You'd imagine in the long term it'll be 3 miles over fences, given he's already a point-to-point winner, and given how generally that's the type that Tom Ellis would have. But he's been pretty solid in the market, 11-4, so every chance.
This favourite, you're not necessarily enamoured because you've got to forgive a run last time. You'd be backing him on the strength of that run 2 outings ago.
Yeah, I mean, the run last time wasn't terrible, and even that would be a fair stand in a race like this, because you look at, he was behind Mondui Boy, who ran an almighty race in the Albert Bartlett. The second was Island Bridge, who's rated 116. He runs later today. So that form in itself is okay, but I think you are looking at the run prior to that as the standout bit of form behind Montemares and ahead of Harry Lowe's, who have both won subsequently. And I guess if it is a positive, then it came over course and distance. So that undoubtedly, plus his rating, is the standard in the race. I don't think he's absolutely certain to repeat that, because that almost came a bit out of nowhere at 33-1, but the others do have to get up to his level.
I'll go with Son of a Star then, but with the proviso that the Dog Thief is definitely in my notebook for the longer term. But Son of a Star today, hurdling debutant, been running in point-to-points in Ireland, picked up for just 15 grand. You don't get many horses for 15 grand these days.
No, and there's been some money around for him. He's kind of hovering around the 6-1 mark pretty much all day. He's now into 9-2, and not always a guarantee to happen. And I think when you're looking at a rules debutant, you always are hoping there's a bit of money coming for him. So I think you'd be buoyed by, maybe that's just your money. I don't know. It could potentially be. Maybe you've moved it by 1.5 points or not by yourself. Who knows? I think on the bare profile of what we know, he has a bit to find with the front 3 in the market. But you have to respect very powerful connections, and especially when there's been a bit of money around.
And we talked about reflections on Cheltenham earlier on. We mentioned about the near misses for Sean Bowen. By extension, obviously, or by association, Ollie Murphy missed out with Stick to the Plan, as did Sean Bowen, and Ikarak as well, third in the Potence. But again, his day will come.
Of course it will, yeah. He'll have multiple chances, and you're talking about horses there that weren't exactly short prices. So I see there was Liberty Hunter as well, second in the Champion Chase at 50 to 1. So it'll happen. It's just frustrating when little brother gets 2 up on you, and I imagine that's bragging rights sorted for a year.
Yeah, it's just a reminder how competitive that Martin Pipe race. Goodness me, I had one at 80 to 1 in that of Mickey Bowen's first run for the stable, running a cracker. I thought, I'm going to get placed here. Fell out the back of the telly, but it led over the second last. Just shows you, doesn't it? And there's like 16 of them across the track at the last. Yeah,
very much so. I mean, especially when a lot of your rides are in handicaps, you're not going to be picking up multiple winners, so you just need things to fall right for you in those kind of races.
Yeah, and as you say, it will come. They're coming out onto the course proper now for this one, our second of 7. First past the post at Copy Bet Maiden Hurdle over an extended 2.5 miles. That would have come in handy at Fonkwell yesterday when Robbie Dunn's horse was disqualified from first. They're just about set, so let's go back to Stephen.
And the flag is raised. And the field just taking that obligatory turn before they walk forward. And turning to face the starter. They're coming in. They're off. Racing away then over 2 miles, 4.5 furlongs, 2 complete circuits of the course for the first past the post at Copybet Maiden Hurdle Race. And amongst the first to show is Toby's Hill, striding into the lead. Now the mount of Gavin Sheehan, and will take them in towards the first turn with the Dog Thief racing in between runners. Plains Drifters on the rail with the white sleeves and cap, and a little wider out is Barks and Bucks as they move off towards the far side for the first time. Next in the field, the blue and yellow colours of Exigus is towards the inner of Sunura Star. And then we have Inlet and the King's Soldier, who is the back marker as they're in the back straight. And here is flight number 1. That's the first of 10. And striding out, Toby's Hill, who won his point-to-point in Ireland back in October. 5th on his hurdling debut at Ascot. And having his first run for trainer Nick Schofield today, leads them on towards flight number 2. Toby's Hill from Plains Drifter, Barks and Bucks the outside in the black and red. At the rear of the field, the King's Soldier was untidy there, not as fluent as the 7 runners that precede him on down towards flight number 3. Toby's Hill picks up in front. From in second, then Plains Drifter, Barks and Bucks third. Now back to 4th, settling in that spot under Jack Andrews is the Dog Thief. And then Sunura Star under Sean Bowen, the black and orange jacket. First start for Ollie Murphy today after 6 runs without success in the Irish pointing field. And they're being tracked by Exigus, Inlet, and the King's Soldier continues to be the back marker, but only around half a dozen lengths off the pace-setting Toby's Hill. Bringing them out of the back straight and running on down towards the 2 flights in the home run, with Toby's Hill towards that far rail, leading from Barks and Bucks, who pulled up on his hurdles debut at Doncaster under Tom Cannon today. And then back on the inside, Plains Drifter Johnny Burke has hugged the inside rail throughout as they reach the 4th. Sunura Star's wider out the grey. Leader was a little bit untidy there. The Dog Thief still buried away down on the inside rail as well as they jump the next. Toby's Hill more fluent there. They all took that well. Inlet's made a bit of progress on the outside under William Maggs, the maroon and white. It's gone past Sunura Star. Exigus is in behind them. And at the back, the King's Soldier still at the rear of the field. Just ridden along for a stride or 2 by Joseph Stevenson. And the horse did pick up, in fairness, as well, and has took himself into 7th place now, relegating Exigus on his hurdle debut to be the back marker. And he's just being squeezed for a couple of strides by Tom Midgley. They've gone through halfway. And they're racing over back towards the far side again. They've jumped 5. They've got 5 more to go in the first past the post at Copybet Maiden Hurdle. And Toby's Hill with the lead by about a length and a quarter. Barks and Bucks in second position towards the outer, and the leader made a mistake there, landed hind legs first. That allowed Plains Drifter to close up on the rail as well. Inlet's moved up into fourth place now, has gone past the Dog Thief, 2 lengths Sunura Star, Exiguus, and the King's Soldier still on and off the bridle at the back of the field, becoming a little bit detached now as they take the middle one on the far side. Toby's Hill much more fluent there, and his lead's gone back up to in excess of a length and a half, going towards the final one on the far side. Toby's Hill then will take them over this hurdle once more, pops over from Barks and Bucks with the red sleeves to the outside. Plains Drifter towards the rail in third place. The Dog Thief is now getting a little bit closer for Jack Andrews in between runners, and these have now moved on to Inlet, Exiguus. Sunura Star has drifted back second last, and the King's Soldier is dropping away at the back of the field as they turn right-handed with 2 hurdles to go. The challengers queuing up behind Toby's Hill, and Gavin Sheehan, who leads them around the turn from the Dog Thief in second. He was second at Carlisle on his hurdling debut. Plains Drifter towards the far rail, also now being asked for a bit more. Barks and Bucks, and Sunura Star's just picking up past 1 or 2 horses as well. He's moved into fourth under Sean Bowen. Down towards the second from home, it's Toby's Hill, the Dog Thief, Plains Drifter. 5 lengths away, Sunura Star at 2 out. Toby's Hill over by a length to the Dog Thief in second position. Plains Drifter still trying to get there in third, the far side. Toby's Hill over the last, but on the outside, the Dog Thief is putting in a good challenge. Plains Drifter's in third, a furlong to go on the flat. Toby's Hill digging in from the Dog Thief on the outside, who's closing all the time. Toby's Hill and the Dog Thief, and the Dog Thief is picking up best of all on the run to the line. Plains Drifter's keeping on, but it is the Dog Thief who's won it for Tom Ellis and Jack Andrews. Plains Drifter, Toby's Hill 2 and 3, clear of Sunura Star in fourth.
Yeah, number 5, the Dog Thief, is a smart type this, and a bright future. Jack Andrews' mount then getting the better of Plains Drifter, so 5 beats 3. Third, number 7, the early leader.
Field moving forward for the penultimate race on the card. It's over 1,200 metres. Fillies conditions race for the 3-year-old thoroughbreds. The winning machine, White Wolf, breaks from stall number 3 in here. White Wolf, who is a 1.75 market leader. It's 2.4 for the 7 Storm Queen, 6.0 for the 2 Deil, 8.5 for the 5 Pastizio is at 8.5, but White Wolf has won on 5 of the last 6 starts. Arrived seeking another hat-trick in here, and Halle Skaratash is in the saddle. There is Golden Score, one of the more bigger price horses. Mustafa Cicek still on cloud 9, I'm sure, after riding the Protector to victory in the 56th running of the Egg Eredivisie earlier on. Deila will break from stall number 1 here. Yellow with the red stars for Ali Ildiz. Storm Queen will look to give Mohammed Bilgin another winner on the card. White with a red star breaks from the outside gate of 7. As on the screen at the moment, just another slow motion replay of that finish between the Protector and Klein from the Aegean Derby earlier on. Tremendous renewal of the race. Özkan Ildirim just failing in his pursuit of a record-breaking 6th win in the contest. Pastizio will be the next one to move forward, green and blue. Last one to go in then will be Rosilda and Mehmet Kaya, who will go forward into stall 2. And once she goes in, we'll be ready to go. Got the Twilight card joining the party after this race, and then we will finish off with a 13 Arabian handicap. So the final thoroughbred race of the day is this fillies conditions race over the 1,200 metres. Rosilda to be the last one to move forward. Rasilda comes in. Blindfolds removed. They're ready. Sprinting over the 1200. And they're sent on their way. Slowest of them all was Azila towards the outside in the orange and purple in the early stages. Deil from the inside draw got out well. Also prominent in the yellow and black is Golden Score. Wider out of them all, Storm Queen. These three press forward. The grey on the inside, White Wolf's got the dream position for Licarti in fourth place. Pastizio next in the field with Rasilda just tracking back behind runners but not settling early on. And at the back of the field, the slow starting Azila. They are not slowing down up front. Deila's going quicker than they've gone all afternoon. Leads the way from Golden Score in second. White Wolf poised to pounce in third against the inside rail. Pastizio's in fourth, going to need a little bit of luck with on the outside Storm Queen. Rasilda's swinging widest of them all. 400 metres left to run. Deil, Ali Aldiz looking over his right shoulder. He needs to look to his left because White Wolf has pounced here. White Wolf has caught Ali Aldiz napping on Deil and sneaks up the far side. And White Wolf it is inside the final 200 metres. Licarti pushes out the winning machine. She's gone and scored again. White Wolf goes in to beat Deil into second place. Third for Pastizio. Fourth, making up a little bit of late ground, was Azila. Yeah, Ali Aldiz could have done with checking both wing mirrors rather than just over his right shoulder.
Well, his last winning mark came off a mark of 80. He's running off a mark of 67 today.
Explain this to me. Mickey the Steel, all the races he's won and ran well in September, October, November. He never seems to figure in the early part of the season. He always seems to come good in the autumn. He will handle conditions, but whatever reason, he just seems to click into gear as the autumn time goes on. He's off a very working mark here today, but just based on the way that he tends to shape in the early part of the season. Traditionally, it takes 3-4 runs, 5 runs even for him to get into top gear. It would be negative for me here today, given his profile.
Okay, Smoke come out 6 pounds higher than his last winning mark, 8 pounds higher even. Winning here on heavy ground, that was early October, and beating Key Witness and the aforementioned Mickey the Steel. He's won twice at 6 furlongs as well. He's Tormy taking the 7 off. He's coming out as an all 8.
Yeah, and proven course form, Kevin, and tested ground form. Showed a really good attitude on that occasion, keeping on strongly, and went through the ground very, very well. He's 4-year-old now, and I would not rule him out by any means, even off his higher rating. Based on his profile, based on the way he got better with racing from trainer Tom McCord. Tormy, again, as you mentioned, taking off 7 pounds. He's going to get on a speed out of stall number 8. Mickey the Steel's another pace angle in stall number 12. Looking at the race, there's plenty of pace in the race, but they're the two obvious ones, and could end up towards the far side rail, near side rail, excuse me.
2 and 2 there, number 9 in the Syndicate's racing colours, going into stall 3 is one of a duo of 3-year-olds. They get a stone, Fran, wait for age, but it is still quite difficult for them at this time of the year.
It is taking on battle-hardened campaigners for other. I do think this 2 and 2 filly by far above has got upside to her rating, Kevin. She did well to win in her second start. Looked quite a fluent mover and looked like she enjoyed the all-weather to an extent. Now I think she'll have a cut in the ground, but as a 3-year-old on this kind of ground, for all that she's got the benefit of recent race fitness, it would be a negative for me. For all that, I do think she'll give Connections plenty of fun when the ground gets a little bit better through the season.
Salacious being the other 3-year-old, just got beat by Boston Benjamin and Gordon Elliott in a handicap at Dundalk. Does have race fitness on his side as well. Pound or 2 out of the handicap. One we didn't mention is Winemaker. 1 over 6 furlongs, again race fitness on its side. 1 off 50. One on. At Dundalk, penultimate start.
Exactly, yeah. He's got ability, Winemaker, also with ground main.
Over 6 furlongs, the newest mobile sensory units handicap, well away 2 and 2. Smoked them out his handy, followed by Marisi Diamond and Mickey the Steel as they race the end of a furlong. Then go out Salacious, Secret Magician, Winemaker and Titan Bay with the last 3. Heading on to the 4, Usuario Amigo, Green Icon and John Riggins. Continuing to venture onto the halfway stage, and just in front has Smoked Them Out from 2 and 2 and Mickey the Steel. These three covered by just over 2 lengths, and improving is Titan Bay, edges the fourth from Riby Diamond. Pumping away is Secret Magician, then Go Out and Salacious and Winemaker next, and they're followed inside the final 2.5 furlongs by Usuario Amigo, and then Green Icon and John Riggins. Inside the two, Smoked Them Out is just in front from 2 and 2 and Titan Bay, followed by Mickey the Steel and Go Out and Riby Diamond, Salacious, Usuario Amigo next, then Winemaker, John Riggins, Secret Magician and Green Icon racing inside the final furlong. Still in front narrowly is Smoked Them Out from Titan Bay, then 2 and 2 Salacious stays on further over, and then Mickey the Steel and Riby Diamond inside the final 50 yards. Smoked Them Out and Titan Bay. Smoked Them Out! Titan Bay, Salacious, Mickey the Steel and 2 and 2.
A cracking finish to our third race of the afternoon, but it's gone the way of Smoked Them Out, up in the pace all the way, was there to be shot at, but just holds on from last year's third, Titan Bay.
Yeah, again, paid to be on the speed. Kevin Smoked Them Out had been right on the speed when winning here last year, and off a higher mark. Beside Tony taking off £7 here today is grounded out very well, down always on the speed, down towards the stand side, and despite her renewed effort from Titan Bay in the white and red colours, he's done enough just to hang on inside the final couple of strides. Really good effort by this horse, and a good return to action by him given the length of time he's been off the track. A lot of these horses were coming in the back of runs of the all-weather, but not a lot got into it.
Broke smartly out of the gates, third win of its career. Won a valuable nursery as a 2-year-old down at Cork towards the back end of the season, and won on heavy ground under an £8 lower mark here last October.
Indeed, and very ground effective this horse. He seems to get through very well. He's got an enthusiastic way going on the front end, and he's kept on strongly as well. He's got Mickey the Steel on the near side, who's just tracking at this point in time. White colours 2 and 2 on contrasting ground from winning out at Dundalk recently. Struggled from, after travelling well, struggled from a furlong and a half out. And Titan Bay, as she often does, travels smoothly into the race in the white cap to left his shot. Key point here, just keep an eye on the eventual winner, Kevin. On her screen is quite windy, but I think Sive Tormy did lose the whip just there as she pulled it out, and it's to her credit, she kept the composure, kept it going. It's a horrible feeling, especially when you know the horse is coming at you, but Sive kept a nice rhythm, kept cajoling this horse along, and he's just done enough to hang on or grind it out inside the last 50 yards.
That's Sive's fourth winner of her career, third only coming 2 weeks ago at Dundalk.
Indeed, yes, and look, she get great pleasure from this here today to gain a win at the Curragh, and Tom McCourt, his trainer, gives apprentice plenty of chance.
Inside boxes, perhaps might just struggle up a fraction here, but the other three, yeah, it's hard to split them really, isn't it? Slippy Queen for Stuart Mapleton. Record in A3 though could perhaps maybe be improved on. It's had 12 goes at it, but just picked up the one win. Yeah, last couple of wins have come in A4. That A3 victory came right at the back end of August. So Slippy Queen, yeah, not got a great record in this race, but you can see the market certainly speaking in its favour. You then got trap 4. That one then is ambiguous at 2 to 1. This is for Seamus Carhill. The one that's actually yet to find the back of the net in A3. It's only had 4 goes at it, admittedly, but there have been 6 victories overall. So she certainly knows where the winning line is. So that one that is ambiguous as they are starting then to go round. And then you got the 6, that is Croucho's Prince. That one then at 11-4. Jason Heath's runner picked up a win 3 starts ago. That was in an A4, but just struggled actually in a couple of A3 since. But could be a bit of value against the top 2. Biggest price of the 3 fancied greyhounds, as you can see. And again, should have a fairly free run out wide on the track. So they are going in then. Oi, oi, Durant Dream. That one at 6 to 1. Trap 2 is Fat Boy Stu at 9 to 1. For Stuart Mabe, has always got the 3 dog as well. Slippy Queen, ambiguous for Shameless Carhill, Groucho's Prince for Jason Heath. Right, here comes the start of them. Just about to jet them over. Hair running. And off they go. On the inside then, Oi Duranton Dream, but it is the 4 Ambiguous, the one who has jumped away alertly, flashing early speed and has really opened up here. Has got a massive looking advantage to go beyond halfway. Slippy Queen, one of the favourites, is now giving chase. Also trying to come with a bit of a late effort. Then we got Groucho's Prince. For the moment, it's still the 4 Ambiguous out in front. Can it last home? Slippy Queen is now cutting into that margin and is going to deliver a late challenge. Ambiguous will need the line. Slippy Queen over the top. Going to be tight. Just got there, methinks. It is close, though. 3 and 4 in a photo.
Western Bay, and it serves 100 ships a day. Lonely sailors pass the time away and talk about their homes. And there's a girl in this harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say, Brandy, fetch another round. She serves them whiskey and wine. The sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Such a fine girl. Your eyes could steal a sailor from the sea.
Month at Istanbul and Antalya. Both of those are at the trip of 1,400 metres and hasn't raced beyond that distance. So going into unknown territory a bit there, but brings in the best recent form figures of these rivals. And is currently trading on the market at around 1.45, so pretty short indeed. Horse number 1, Uncharted. Narrow second favourite is the 2, Aslam Saim, orange colours with the blue chevron and cap, raced just 7 days ago on the first turf meeting of the new year here at Adana, finishing well back in 12th for the maiden on that occasion, has raced every time at Adana so far, on the all-weather on every other start, and did finish second on the wet track at this distance 3 starts ago. So if reproducing that would be right up there with the best of these in this race, with the favourite not having the proven track record over the distance. Horse number 3, Roxy Baron, is next in the market order. Red colours with a white star and yellow halved sleeves. This one has raced 15 times. Yet to finish in the first 2, but has finished 3rd on last 2 starts, both here at Adana, and indeed has done all of his racing at Adana. Looking back through the record, has had a busy winter, finished 3rd over 1,300 metres last time out 15 days ago, but was 3rd over this trip of 1,900 on the previous start. He's a 6-to-1 shot, just going in there. That's the 3, Roxy Baron. Little bit of late money for the 4, Istalin, who's sporting white colours with the grey armlets on the sleeves, trading at 8.5 at the minute, raced 4 times. Another one who's done all racing here at Adana on the all-weather, and 5th last time out when last seen on the 22nd of February at this trip. And the one other one that will squeeze in for a mention is number 6, King Piero, beige colours with purple chevron. King Piero is trading around 9-to-1. The other 3 pretty big prices. Raced 3 times, all at Adana, finishing 5th and 4th in 3 starts, the latter of which was at this distance as well. And that was 1 place ahead of Istalin. The other 3 to make up the order are number 5, Kenji, white colours with a blue sash. Raced just once, 64 days ago. The 7 last level sporting green colours, and the 8 lion gold in yellow and black quarters. They're pretty much ready for a start then for race number 1 over 1,900 metres, just over 1 lap of the track here at Adana. Set to go for the first then. Gates back, and they are racing. Slow into stride was Aslam Saim, and so was Istalin. Both of those missed the start and trailed by around 7 or 8 lengths in the early stages. The favourite, Uncharted, is away well. And going 3 wide into the bend, though, with Lion Gold with the yellow colours down towards the rails, and in between that pair, and now switched out King Piero, tracking them in third. They're going a pretty brisk gallop into the opening bend. Last level is in 4th spot with the white cap. Further back to the likes of Roxy Baron and Kenji, and the slow starting pair, Aslan Saim and Istalin, are out the back of the field. In the driving rain, then, down the back straight they go. And it is the favourite Uncharted who's got to the lead where he wanted to be and is a length clear of King Piero to the outside of Lion Gold. These two sitting a length further away. Moving up on the outside, the red colours of Roxy Baron is trying to take closer order, spot the yellow headgear. In between them, the green and orange colours, the white cap of Last Level is now just ridden to go and take a hand in the leading line. Kenji down towards the rails. King Aslan Saim is next and has caught up ground, but Istalin still trails them by 5 lengths. And Uncharted then heads to the end of the back straight, out of it. Last Level is gone up his inside, though, and is taking a share in the lead. King Piero is ridden along, but holding good position in 3rd place. Going very right into the bend is Roxy Baron. Aslan Saim now burying in between horses, and now just a couple of lengths off this leader, moving into 2nd. And Uncharted has got on as Last Level has given way. Aslan Saim is now giving chase. Roxy Baron, the wide trip didn't do that one any favours, is now struggling to make inroads. Istalin from the back of the field is trying to come into it, as is Kenji, but it is Uncharted out in front and has suddenly gone 4 clear. Kenji has emerged into 2nd place with Aslan Saim now back in 3rd, Lion Gold in 4th, and Uncharted is the one to catch here. Leads up by 3 or 4 still to Kenji, similar distance back to Aslan Saim, and the warm order favourite Uncharted is going to land race number 1 on the card at Adana this afternoon. And it is Uncharted by 4 or 5 lengths at the line to Kenji in 2nd. They were well clear from Aslan Saim and Lion Gold, who headed home the rest. So a win at the 5th attempt for number 1, Uncharted. Was well found in the betting beforehand. 1.4 he went off, so some late money even at those short prices. Finished 2nd in 2 maidens the last twice at Istanbul and Antalya.
Race unfolds. There's less than 2 minutes to go. We'll leave you in some peace and quiet. Sheldon will take over. They'll be locked and loaded soon. And let's hope for a good result if you're going into these exotics. Well, into any all-to-comes and doubles, trebles, whatever bets you've got going into the 10th race. Let's hope it's a successful race for you.
Thanks very much to Warren and Rahil, and of course Dee's at the Gallop TV studio headquarters at Hollywood Bets Greyville. As we move to the 10th and final event, final 60 seconds to get your bets on. I did notice through the binoculars number 11 Night Tiger was being examined by the vet. All appears to be okay with number 11 Night Tiger. Cabela Matsunyane just gave him a nice good trot out, and the vet gave the thumbs up. Stipendiary board coming through with the all clear to load them up. They should start loading momentarily, and the orange light should start flickering on the left hand side. Hollywood Bets Bright Future D Stakes, 1,000 meters the trip. In picture is 10 Axis Power, Capellino directly behind, Trafalgar Square, the 7-year-old Great Britain, as the loading process begins. Purple Powerhouse, the evergreen 9-year-old, Jane's Vision to 3, Call of the Carews moved up, In the Bag, Gate 6, should be eating up the ground late on, Lunch Money who's found support, Gate 13, Catavar sports the white cap, Night Tigers in, Capellino, Call of the Carew, Barry de Grand joining the lineup, Little Cracker, Trafalgar Square, 1,000 meters, Little Cracker. Starter bids them farewell in the last. Yeah, they come from the 1,000 metre marker. Not a bad beginning for a fielder this side. Trafalgar Square on the left-hand side bounced out with Jane's Vision the first two. So Trafalgar Square and Jane's Vision. Axis Powers down the middle in the blue and black silks. Purple Powerhouse back to the inside. Call of the Karoo and Capellino 3.5 lengths off the speed. Night Tiger Extreme outside with Lunch Money. Then we find Catavar. Behind these runners, Little Cracker in the bag and Barry de Grant. They got their 6 lengths to make up. Jane's Vision onto the 400 metre marker. Has a tendency to lug to the inside. Just drifts slightly. Axis Power applying the pressure. Trafalgar Square's now had enough. Looking at Night Tiger, looking to close in. Lunch Money the outside. Jane's Vision drifting to the inside. So there's a length to spare. And it's Jane's Vision now taking off as Call of the Karoo. It's very close. Call of the Karoo put the nose down with Jane's Vision. Axis Power behind these. It's very close. Jane's Vision was looking to cling on for dear life, but Call of the Karoo and Chad Little still had a length and a half to make up with 40 to go, and let's see if the nose goes down. Jane's Vision, Call of the Karoo, fast and furious to the line they go. Call of, oh, that's close to a dead heat. As they hit the line, judge, this is your one. Jane's Vision and Call of the Karoo, either way. Axis Power, Night Tiger Lunch Money, Trafalgar Square Little Cracker. Once again, Jane's Vision looked to have it sewn up, but we know the last 50 metres they come diving through, and Call of the Karoo comes bouncing late on. Axis Power, Night Tiger, Lunch Money, it's tight. Jane's Vision on the inside, and Call of the Karoo with one final lunge. A stride before it's Call of the Karoo, a stride after Jane's Vision. The judge will have it spot on the line, so let's leave it to the judges now. Axis Power's close up in third with the chestnut head, so we will wait on the number board and see which number will prevail in race 10, the Hollywood Bets Bright Future D Stakes. From myself, Sheldon Peters, let's go back to the respective studios.
Puzzle, yeah, a great little test, isn't it? 0 to 100 race, but Dan Overall has gone in here with number 1 Illo Deil chasing Debbie. Again, just make the case, Dan.
I can't resist a tricky little Class 5 handicap. I get suckered in every time. The angle is I thought a lot of these here are quite exposed handicappers that have often had their chance and disappoint more often than not, whereas Illo Deil making his chase debut and is one of the clear pace angles in the race. Finally putting some runs together, having clearly not been easy since coming over from France. I expect him to be in the vanguard, and if he jumps well, he's shaped well on his past 2 starts over further trips on heavy ground. I think the better ground will suit, and I love a front runner in a chase, especially when there aren't ever pace angles. So you are hoping he lines up in the front rank.
You're seeing Gavin Sheehan there. It looked like the saddle needed tightening up. They're just making those adjustments now. Grain Trade, who we saw in the paddock there a few moments ago. Is he jumping up to scratch, Dan?
On his chase debut, thought he might make a much better chase than he did a hurdler, because he always looked like he had some ability, but I know obviously he's getting sort of resaddled here, but he's never been the easiest. Like, he often wears earplugs down to post, so this for him really isn't ideal because he can get quite worked up. He should have backed that win up when he fell, when it looked like he was going to win quite comfortably. And then last year in February, he was beaten in 4th by about 10 lengths. Travelled into it well, but a couple of errors really didn't help his cause. So if putting it all together, he's very capable of this kind of mark in a race like this, but this pre-race exhibition isn't really ideal.
Yeah, and our producers just told us that he will be wearing earplugs all the way through the race today as well. So, because in France, can they take him out? I think they can take him out mid-race in France, can't they? I remember seeing footage of him being pulled out of furlong pole.
Anything happens in France, it seems. Get away with anything
or maybe
there.
they changed the rule or something, or at one point you had to take him out down at the start. But yeah, but this horse will have him in throughout the race, and they've sorted the tack adjustment adjustment. And there you can see this year's Cheltenham winning jockey, Gavin Sheehan, on board. It was Johnny's Jury in the Albert Bartlett, and what a thrill. It didn't go to plan. That was one where the start didn't ultimately impede him, but it looked like it might at the start. Jamie stood and said, why are we at the back? And then,
well, it worked out perfectly in the end, as you say, in a race where there was a very strong early pace with Dr. Steinberg pulling far too hard at the first 2 miles and ultimately looked after. And it can often happen in those big staying hurdles where, especially on the new course at Cheltenham, you don't want to be involved too soon. And the passing wife came there, looked like he was going to win comfortably, also from off the pace. He didn't stay. Johnny's Jury stepped up from 2 mile 1, stayed very strongly. It
was some performance by Johnny's Jury. So Grain Trade is on the way down to join them at the start. It's the safer gambling at Copybet handicap chase. 3-1 Icar Colombe at the moment. 3-1 also Grain Trade. Yeah, we got your back. It's 7-2 from 11-2. Now this would have been ridden by Brian Hughes, but he's given up his mounts today, and Danny McMenamin takes over.
Yeah, it's a strange one. Obviously, he is a fairly experienced chaser compared to these. He's won 3 times, still a pound above his last winning mark, and all his wins have been in the hood, which is now removed. So intriguing that there's been so much money. It is one of those races where you can make a feasible case for all of them in one way, but he wasn't the first one to leap off the page, wasn't he?
No. Okay, what about Lone Soldier? This horse was behind El Rocco Grand at over course and distance, but yet to win after 17 starts. But again, we've got a headgear angle. Remember, we've got first-time cheek pieces Dixie Cowboy. We mentioned the first-time hood for Beat the Edge, and it's first-time cheek pieces for Lone Soldier.
Yeah, a few caveats there. Lone Soldier, north from 17 under rules, and so that race was ahead of Iker Colombe a couple of starts ago, where it looked like it might all just fall together for one of them. Both of them had been winless pretty much throughout their entire career, and no surprise really they're reaching for headgear now. And he was playing up in the parade ring. He did look quite awkward despite his experience.
Okay, remember Dan's other bet is the top one of Richard Bandy's in the last race on the card. Just remind me of that one.
Trust House in the last, Ronnie Murphy.
Yeah, Trust House, and you've got this one in this. Recommend a little cheeky double?
Well, I've done it, yeah. I mean, I'd like to have seen some support for Illo Deil, really, but he's been fairly lukewarm in the betting. Looks like they're lining up relatively prominently, so that's at least part of the conundrum, hopefully sorted, but it's Chase Davies, so needs to get in a rhythm early.
And the flag is up. We can go to Stephen for the third.
Runners just turning to walk forward then for our first steeplechase of the afternoon. They're coming in. And that's it, they're away. Over 2 miles and 1 furlong with 12 fences to negotiate for the safer gambling at Copybet handicap chase. Down towards the first, and setting off in front is Dixie Cowboy, and rises ahead of Illo Deil in second position. These two are about 3 clear of Iker Colombe as they go towards the second, which is the first open ditch. Iker Colombe jumped it in advance then of Beat the Edges in 4th place, the blue jacket. We Got Your Back is 5th, and then under restraint Lone Soldier, Lee Edwards in the green and red, and last of all is Grain Trade, dropped out by Gavin Sheehan at the back of the field and would be around 8 lengths, maybe 10 off the leader Dixie Cowboy, who brings them onto the downhill run to the 3 fences in the home straight, all plain, numbers 3, 4 and 5. Dixie Cowboy has got 1 win over fences so far. That was at Sedgefield earlier on in the season, leading up to Illo Deil and James Davis in 2nd place. Iker Colombe, who's yet to win over fences but posted his best effort at Ludlow last time when wearing the cheek pieces for the first occasion. He's in 3rd, coming towards the 3rd fence, and all getting over well. Beat the Edges in 4th, ahead of We Got Your Back. Black Sleeves towards the right, looking down the course. Now the mount of Danny McMenamin as they take the middle one down the home run. Lone Soldier still being held together, racing enthusiastically. And at the back, Grain Trade. Over the next, and that was fence 5. Grain Trade didn't get very high at the back there, brushed through it, and that will be the final fence after 1 further circuit of the course. And with about 1.25 miles to go, Dixie Cowboy, Jonathan England leading by a length. Johnny Burke has got Iker Colombe into 2nd place. Illo Deil, having his first run over fences, is racing in 3rd, heading into the next corner. 2.5 lengths away to Beat the Edge in 4th, and then We Got Your Back racing 5, just ahead of Lone Soldier, who was runner-up here 3 starts ago, over course and distance, but he's still bidding for his first career success. This is his 18th run this afternoon, and Grain Trade, who's won here back in October, has now moved past Lone Soldier as they head into the back straight and on towards fence number 6. 4 down the back, playing ditch, and going over the first of them. It was Dixie Cowboy, Iker Colombe and Illo Deil, the first 3, and still 4 lengths clear of Beat the Edge in 4th as they come on down towards the second open ditch of the race. Beat the Edge is 3 parts in front of We Got Your Back as they jump the next one, and Grain Trade out-jumped We Got Your Back there, took him into 5th place overall. Lone Soldier still at the rear of the field as they go through their point of departure and on towards 5 from home. Dixie Cowboy in a bit close over from Iker Colombe and Illo Deil. Now just trying to get a little bit closer is Grain Trade as they jump this final ditch, and Iker Colombe jump up on the inside there. We Got Your Back has gone. We Got Your Back unseating Danny McMenamin at that obstacle. Horse gallops off riderless. Danny's on his feet, so now swinging out of the back straight, 3 fences to go. In the safer gambling at Copybet handicap chase, Iker Colombe has come through to put his head in front. Dixie Cowboy gets a shake of the reins and moves back alongside. Illo Deil is under pressure in 3rd position. Beat the Edge creeping closer for Alice Stevens in 4th. Grain Trade, the white and black jacket, is also being brought into it slowly but surely by Gavin Sheehan, just switching towards the inside next to Lone Soldier as they quicken on down the hill with 3 to go. Iker Colombe at the moment travelling better than Dixie Cowboy. They are 4 clear. Coming to 3 out. Iker Colombe jumped it well. Over and gone at the back. Lone Soldier's unseated his rider. 2 to go now. Iker Colombe from Dixie Cowboy, Beat the Edge, Grain Trade. Iker Colombe out to the right, but landed 2 lengths clear. Dixie Cowboy in 2nd from Beat the Edge. Grain Trade has not really picked up, and it's Iker Colombe at the final fence, and that was a fine leap from Dixie Cowboy. Beat the Edge and Grain Trade trying to run on in behind them, but it's Iker Colombe for Fergal O'Brien, clear by 5 or 6 lengths on the run for home, and being driven clear by Johnny Burke. It's a first career victory for Iker Colombe. Dixie Cowboy kept on to just hold 2nd from Beat the Edge. Grain Trade was 4th.
Lucky 13 for number 2, Iker Colombe, then getting off the mark at the 13th time of asking, and that
in the vanguard or close to the lead, so 2 would want to be starting brightly. But recent performances make that only a maybe. Favourite on the outside, false statement, trap 6, off from racing. 3 and 5 and 6 are prominent. 4 and 1 chase, 2 in the midst of them. Round the turn, 5 wins the race out of the first and the second turn. 5, 2.5, 3 lengths clear now going down the back straight from 3 and 6 who chase. Then a gap to the chasers headed by the 6. 6 makes inroads, but 5 looking determined. A length ahead of 6 who continues to progress. Now it's just a neck. Can 6 continue the advancement? Yes. False statement goes by Lotus Reggie. 6 beats 5. 1 just nabbing 2 for 3rd. 4 is the one who's the most distant there in behind. So well done if you're on false statement. Lotus Reggie, credit to him. Made him work. But was that bit more fancied?
Heavy showers at Bin and gone. Looks like the sun just poking its head out behind those grey clouds as the dogs are about to go forward then for this next race here at Sheffield. Race number 3. first of the sprints as well. And it is then Tricky's Popeye, that one available then at 7-1. Trap 2, we got Tremora Robin at 6s. Katunda Bimbo 7-4. Memories Payback 13-8. Apollo Youngblood. That one then is available at 7-2. So not long then before we're underway here at Sheffield then for their next race. Third race then on the card. And at the moment we've got a couple that are dominating the market. Traps 3 and 4. Katunda Bimbo. They've got a lot of seconds actually next to his name. I mean, yeah, 1 win from 15, so it's not a particularly great strike rate. But you look at all those seconds though, and it's had 4 of them have actually come in his last 6 starts. So perhaps maybe he might just be staring at a pretty obvious forecast here. Katunda Bimbo to perhaps maybe get that second spot. Memories Payback is the favourite, then it's at 13-8. This one then for Lisa Stevenson. Got a fine record. This one definitely does know where the winning line is. Has won 8 of its 12 starts. A couple of them have come recently as well in D2 company. So they are then heading in. Trap 1, Tricky's Popeye. That's 7-1. Second last time. Trap 2, we got Tremora Robin. That one available at 6-1. Order 2 in the race for Lisa Stevenson. Obviously, betting does seem to allude that Memories Payback is the stronger of the two. Katunda Bimbo I've already touched on. And then Apollo Youngblood trying to give Susie Oxley another winner. Of course, kicked off the card with a success courtesy of Ross Temple Fiat. Right, all set. Sprint hair running. And off they go. And the one that dashes to the front then is Katunda Bimbo. Has got challenges there on either side. Tricky's Popeye and also Apollo Youngblood. The one that attaches Tremora Robin. But all of a sudden Apollo Youngblood now begins to inject some pace. And he's got a couple lengths clear. Tricky's Popeye running on late in the day but won't get there. 5 then wins it from 1. Apollo Youngblood. Double for Susie Oxley.
He's definitely a horse you'd like to keep on side at this time of the year. He's an 8-year-old, but he's got very little mileage and he's got a great record on this ground at this track.
Unique journey. He's gone up a total of £27 for a productive campaign last season, which of course culminated in 3 wins as well. Again, he seems to be versatile when it comes to ground. He's won in good, he's won in heavy, he's won in good to yielding.
And he's very genuine for Caravaggio as well. He gets on the speed and he grinds it out with the cheap piece on as well, and he was good on that day when he won here. And look, he's got a hike in the weights, but as a 4-year-old as well, he's up to a big mark here today. I think he'll have a good season as well in the pool of Irish sprint handicappers.
Back down under as well supported. Looked fantastic in the Predring as well for the Cheltenham Festival winning trainer Pádraig Rocha. Some record Pádraig Rocha. We were just saying during the week that he's ran 3 individual horses at the Cheltenham Festival and 2 individual winners. Now that's some record.
And probably going on in history, Brazil beating Gaelic Warrior in the Fred Winter that day. That was remarkable the way it worked out, but that's what shows you what happens in handicaps. And of course Saratoga winning in the manner that he did on Tuesday in Fred Winter. A great result and a great just a great showcase of trainers' talents. Like anything, when you get the ammunition, but as a target trainer it's as good a performance as you get. And this filly down shot, it's not a shot of course, but back down under, she's a very effective filly in her own right. Remarkable. She won in Derby weekend on fast ground. She won last year on testing ground. Just a good effective filly and often at her best on the back for breaks. So today you can see why the market support has come for her. She was double figure price this morning. That was too big on her overall form.
She's a strong traveller. You need to keep sitting again or don't you deliver her late.
1 run. She's got 1 run and once or twice the race fell apart in front of her and it just left her there vulnerable and she got caught late on, notably in a big handicap at this track last year. But with the likes of the Maniac number 9 in stall number 5, Stag Night can be handy stall 6 and Unique Journey in stall 2, she should get a good toe into the race here today. It has been hard with the tailwind even on tough ground so far, Ken, to make up ground. We learn more as the day goes on, but definitely being on the speed or close to the speed has definitely been beneficial today so far.
And back down under, won on this card last season, won our 3rd race and smoked them out, won our last race last year, and stays down Susie France. She's needing all the strength of the stalls handlers to get her in.
She got a good success here last year as well. She got a good lead into the race then under Jimmy Dalton. I didn't get daylight in the last 150 yards. When she did, she burst through to win well. Not the most consistent, but Jimmy got a good tune out of her. And again, like back down under, he's going to get a good lead into this race. And if she were to be on her A game here today, she does handle conditions. You can see her being involved as well with the rider on board taking off £7 again here this evening. Yeah, just looking a bit muted, though.
Yes, she is. And she's letting fly there with those hind ones.
I know her post time, but at least she's in first today. You're not delaying any horse, so it's up to her to get in before any horse comes in. Nothing is bad when you see this in a sprint if half the field are loaded.
Yeah, and the sprinters, all they want to do when they get in, they want to get out as quick, don't they?
Yeah, and you're rewarding bad behaviour as well.
Yeah.
You know, like if you got to take a big push to get into the gates, you should rightly go in early and not impede any of the other runners.
Richie Highland at her head there, leading her in. And this one knows what she's doing when she's lashing out with those hind ones as well. And let's see, is she going to get many more chances? When they start turning their backside to the stalls, it's very hard then, isn't it?
Makes it very difficult, especially when you get three-quarter way in and the rear end goes either way. You're pinning the stall handles tight and then they often lash out, so it's not simple, but Maddie get the better of this team of stall handlers, and Stacey and Susie is about a foot away from going in, hopefully, and you can see the effort that's going into it.
They're tough lads, these stalls handlers. They don't get the credit they deserve. And well done, lads, for all your efforts. Stay sound. Susie is in. The Maniac 7-2 favourite, back down under 18-5. Stag Night 4-1. Unique Journey 9-2. Love Billy Boy 15-2. Runner up in this race last season, Fran, and was definitely a shade unlucky.
Yeah, he made his own misfortune, if you like. He was on the back foot, and then when he got going, he couldn't get out, and he finished off really well. And again when he won over 6 furlongs in Naas Cam, he got badly outpaced at halfway and really stayed on well inside the final furlong. And the extra furlong that he won over at Leopardstown really brought him into his own that day when he won over 7.5 furlongs. Slower conditions today will help him, but he'll be at the mercy of the race, how it unfolds in front of him as regards getting a run. But he should have give Gerald Leary and his team a good campaign again this year. And Real Force is still companion to a grey horse, a 9-year-old now. If he was the colour of what he used to be off his current rating, he's got his ideal ground here today. Siobhan Rutledge taking the ride.
As 2 years have passed since last win coming. Sarah May, productive campaign last season for her, but 6 furlongs. She struggles to get 6. Better over 5.
Cracking filly, and handles again soft ground, but I think 5 furlongs tends to bring her into her own fall. She got very consistent in handicaps when she went up in grade last year, but 5 furlongs is probably a better go.
Looks like Stag Night will be the last to go in. Let's get up to Jerry for her 4th time.
We're in. And that up. The newest Canine Therapy 6 furlong handicap. 9 up, it's Unique Journey, the top weight, Leading Go Atletico, the Maniac, Love Billy Boy, Stag Night, Stay Sound, Susie, the Grain, the Race is Real Force, and then Sarah May and the back marker is Back Down Under. Onto the 4, it's Unique Journey and Shane Foley going along in front, followed by the Maniac and Wayne Lorton. On the outside is Stag Night and Billy Lee, followed by Love Billy Boy and Ben Cohen. These are tracked by Go Atletico and Real Force. Sarah May is 2 behind Stay Sound, Susie, and Back Down Under. The Maniac just picks it up from Unique Journey. Closed upon by Stag Night. Being driven in 4th is Love Billy Boy, and then Go Atletico. Sarah May, and then comes Real Force. Stay Sound, Susie, and continuing at the rear is Back Down Under. Inside the 2, it's the Maniac in front, but only just. Staying on over on the far side, Real Force with Unique Journey. Still there in between horses, followed by Stag Night. Inside the final 200 yards, it is the Maniac, fractional leader from Unique Journey, who's not going away, and then Real Force and Stag Night next. But opening up in the closing stages is the Maniac. The Maniac returns a double upper over course and distance. Won well in the end from Unique Journey, Stag Night, Real Force, Stay Sound, Susie, never near it.
The Maniac was well supported, and you can see why now. He's bolted up again. Fran, as we said beforehand, ground conditions are the key to this horse. He'd some good runs in defeat last season in testing ground, finally getting off the mark in his final run of the season again in testing ground.
Yeah, and just a fresher horse, if you like, Kevin. He's opened a more improved base on his 3-year-old form, which included that win on his last day of last season, and again today, getting onto speed. Prominent.
We got 5 of them lining up. Trap 1, then we got Mob Momentum. That one then for Belinda Green. That one available at 4-1. It is then Untold Tether. That one available then also at 4-1. It is then Elite Liberty at 2-1. Hang Tight Honey at 9-2. And then we got Curtain Razor. That one then at 7-4. So a D1 event. Seamus Carhill has got the 5 dogs then. That is Curtain Razor. He managed to pick up a win on its last start. Yeah, it's won 3 from 23 actually in D3 company. So got some good recent form behind, some winning form as well, it has to be said. So Curtain Razor, definitely a player here for me. Elite Liberty, that one is the 3 dog. Another one has also got a chance here. Been down the field on his last 2 starts. I mean, admittedly, one of them actually was in an open race. I suppose not too much is there between D1s and an open race, but that's disappointing runs in the last 2 starts. Big prices on a few occasions. Yeah, 25-1 and 10-1. So you see, this does look to be calmer waters for it. So they're the 2 dominant runners as far as the market then is concerned. Dogs on the inside have to be respected here. We've got Mob Momentum, that one then for Belinda Green. Yet, though, to win a D1. It's had 8 goes at it. And also, Trap 2, you've got Untold Tether. Another one available then at 9-2. So the dogs then moving in. 30 seconds before we're underway. Here at Hove, then 4B319. Mob Momentum then at 9-2. Trap 2, Untold Tether, that one's also available at 9-2. Elite Liberty at 9-4. We've then got Hang Tight Honey for Belinda Green at 7-1. And then the lineup completed by Trap 5. That one is at Curtain Razor. That one at 5-4. Ready here then at Hove. Started just about to look over the field of 5. Hair running. And off they go. It's a pretty level line, but Untold Tether, the one that breaks it. Now we're going to get lively out wide. Then we got the favourite Curtain Razor. All of a sudden now begins to accelerate in towards that final corner. Begins to inject some pace. The battle's on for the places. Untold Tether's winning that, but Curtain Razor far too good. 5-2.
Welcome back, everybody. Not sure why we haven't seen a view of the runners. Start delay at Lifford. So bringing news on the reason behind that. Just try and fish that out for you. At the moment it's 9-4 the field with Trap 1 Droopy's Azila as the favourite. Yeah, there's an issue with the hair at Lifford, so can't bring you any more news, unfortunately. When I do hear what time this is going to be rearranged for, shall let you know. So unfortunately, the best I can say is just keep your eyes and ears open if you're waiting on that 3:22 Lifford.
Sir, or Du Sier, is showing at 24, 5.5 Clear Shope. Alarming horse number 7 is 8.631 for 8 Lady Tedsmore. Arctic Bay number 9 at 18. And Ceramic number 10 is at 13, and 3.4 favourite is Ozone. Now Vaticanarma is walking up, followed along by Clear Shope. Still to come in is Zelina, along with the blue cap of Ceramic and white cap of Ozone, the two Vertima brothers runners in the race. So to an outside gate goes Ozone. Set now. They're ready. Set and racing. Ozone on the outside jumped on level terms. From down on the inside, Marilene Desir is going to lead over Alarming. In third placing then is Lady Tedsmore. On the outside is Zelina. Hunting through towards the inside is Ceramic with the blue cap, and they were followed then by Black Soleil. Further back in the field then, Brown Jacket of Clear Shope. On that horse's inside is Arctic Bay, followed by the favourite Ozone. And next then towards the rear is Vaticanarma, and last of all is Family Secret. There's 10 lengths first to last as they go down the back of the course. The leader is Zelina by 2 lengths. In second placing toward the inside is Maralia de Sea. On the outside is Black Soleil hitting that turn, followed next in the field then as they race down the side by going forward Lady Tedsmore. Then came Alarming. Ozone's making steady progress throughout, and Ceramic is back down on the inside, followed by Clear Shope in the brown jacket. Inside horse then was Arctic Bay. Second to last is Vaticanarma, and Family Secret was still last. Heading towards the home turn, top of the straight. First for home is Zelina. Comes towards the centre of the course. Through on the inside is Marilene Desir. On the near side, Lady Tedsmore. They were followed then by Black Soleil. Switching toward the inside is Ceramic. Then came Alarming. The favourite is back to being near last of all now, Ozone, as it's Ceramic coming right through on the inside along with Marilene Desir. Down the centre of the course, here's Vaticanarma with a strong run. Vaticanarma's the one that's starting to peg them back. Vaticanarma loomed up, grabbed the lead, and Vaticanarma came away to win. Vaticanarma is first. Ceramic has held on for second ahead of Alarming, followed then by next in the field to Marilene Desir. Then came further back in the field to Arctic Bay, followed in by Family Secret. Vaticanarma is the winner. Marvin Grondin. Vaticanarma wins quite comfortably at the end over Ceramic. Aurelian Lemaitre, third to number 7, Alarming. Russell Ryan, followed in then by numbers 5.
3.8 on the international markets just now. Done all recent racing here at Adana. We see the driving rain continuing here. It's going to be pretty hard work if this continues through the rest of the card. Was second here 12 days ago in a 1400 metre handicap. Seems to be able to handle a range of distances. Was a winner on debut over 1100, but a winner here over this trip 3 starts ago in a handicap at the start of February. So it goes well at the course and distance. Next in the market is the 5, Bashir Chavouche. Connections run 2 horses here. This one has red colours with yellow stars, green sleeves, yellow stars with the green cap. Stable companion, the 6, Kara Ahan, wears a white cap. This one currently at 4s on the international markets. 4-time winner from 19 starts. It hasn't won since last July, but does come here off the back of 3 decent efforts, including over this distance, 2nd, 4th and 3rd on last 3 starts. So should be on the scene once again, just a week after his last run. We mentioned the 4, Salamsi Hayretin, a few moments ago, was finishing well behind Licarti last week. Green and white halves for this one, twice the winner from 24 starts. Did win 2 starts ago over course and distance at the end of February. I'll squeeze one more in for you. The 1, Fatty Shah, is worth a mention. Round 18's on the international markets at the minute, but did break the maiden here over 1,400 metres last time on the 7th of March. This one sports dark green with a white hoop and red sleeves. The one, Fatty Shah, was breaking the maiden that day at the 9th attempt and had been in good form on all runs prior to that, but it is into open company for the first time today. So it looks like just one more to come forward. Gate number 8 on the outside. That will be Salamsi Hayretin to that gate there. 1.85, your favourite, Licarti. 3.8, Burgazici Bay. And 4s, about 5, Bashir Chavush. Salamsi Hayretin heads forwards. Handler emerges, and race 2 is ready to get underway. 8 of them. Gates back, and they're off and racing. Bashir Chavush was away pretty well. Stable companion Kara Ahan was the one a little slow into stride. Fatty Shah is away well, the grey towards the near side, and the favourite Licarti is up there as well. The red colours of Tayar. Horse number 7 is next. The grey on the inside, Bashir Chavush is in 4th. Burgazici Bay, the black colours, is next in the field with the white cap down the inside. Kara Ahan recovering is in the rear with Che Nitel. So out in front here with the lead to Fatty Shah to his outside. Going down the inside then goes Kara Ahan with Tayar in the red jacket, and going right down the and that's Burgazici Bay. Further back in the field to the likes of Salamsi Hayretin, and Setin Yel is out towards the rear as well with the yellow colours. Salamsi Hayretin is the one who's just under a bit of a ride and a few lengths detached in arrears. So towards the end of the back straight they go. It's Licarti continuing to lead here. It's a fairly even gallop, but it's looking pretty hard work in the conditions. Fatty Shah is chasing in second, ridden along. Down to the inside is Kara Ahan, now emerging into second spot. Stable companion Bashir Chavush is chasing in 4th. Burgazici Bay is next in the field. Tayar is weakening out of things. Struggling to keep up is Chetin Yel, and well adrift at the back is Salamsi Hayretin. So heading on in now, it's Licarti leading up by a length to Kara Ahan, is emerging the good best challenger. Bashir Chavush is in 3rd. Fatty Shah is struggling to make any inroads. Trying to come is Burgazici Bay, but they're struggling here. And it's Licarti who still leads up, travelling okay. Spot that white hood in the middle with 400 metres to go. To the near side is Kara Ahan in 2nd. Even wider is the grey Bashir Chavush. They are well clear from the others. It's Licarti still in front here. Down inside the final 200 metres they go. Just in front to Kara Ahan, the near side. Bashir Chavush is in 3rd. Kara Ahan now just getting the upper hand on the near side, trying to battle back his Licarti. It's a good race inside the final 100 metres. It's Kara Ahan with the lead. Battling back is Licarti the far side, and Licarti will take race number 2. Licarti showing great battling qualities there to beat Kara Ahan. Bashir Chavush in 3rd, and it could well be Chetin Yel leading home the chasers in 4th. Horse number 3, Licarti, looked beaten, to be honest, with 200 metres to go. Kara Ahan just getting to the lead at exactly the right time, but in the final 50 metres or so, has put on the afterburners on the favourite Licarti and has just got up to win by half a length or so and get the better of the 6 Kara Ahan, who ran on the turf 8 days ago. The return of the turf very recently here in Turkey. Licarti, your favourite, winner last time out here over 2,000 metres, and that stamina for the trip has really shown here over the 1,900 metres in what is an ever-wettening track out there. It's looking pretty difficult at the minute. And in behind the front 3, they've all struggled, including the second favourite, Burgazici Bay, horse 2. The 4, Salamsi Hayretin, never in it at all. In truth, the 3rd favourite, Bashir Chavush, finishing 3rd, has struggled somewhat as well. But Licarti, it's 2 in a row for that one now, continues in good form at Adana. Your provisional result for race number 2 is 3, 6, 5 and 8.
Seamus Carhill. He's had a pretty good day, hasn't he? He had the previous winner there with Curtin Razer. And you go, Jesse. As far as A6s are concerned, has picked up at 2 of its 19 starts. Second beating a neck on his last outing. Prior to that, gone close in quite a few of these. So, yeah, every chance here that you go, Jesse, will be able to figure as they're about to go forward. We've got Copacabana. That's the 5 dog. That one available then at 9 to 2. So they are then going forward. Trap 1 at 6 to 1. It is then trap 2. That one then at 15 to 8. So all in, all set. Starter then will check them over. Hair running. And off they go. And as the field then thunder up towards that first corner, the one that jumped away alertly, flashing early speed, that one then is at Cordash. So Cordash then has gone on and leads there then by a couple then from the orange jacket of 5. And then we got one Highland miss, but it's still Cordash. Then has got a decent break here. It's hard to see him being caught. Copacabana's running well. They're well and truly strung out over the south coast. And Cordash then still with this big looking lead. And he's not going to be caught. Cordash then comes away to score. Highland miss was second. Copacabana in third.
into taking your chance on her today.
One that we know will go on the ground is Girl Bear. Jack Foley, some start of the season, landing the opening 2-year-old race of the year in our opening race. And Girl Bear, it was soft ground at Galway in September time, and this filly finished third, went left not once but twice, didn't she?
Under right-hand drive inside the final furlong as well. Lost a bit of momentum then, probably wouldn't have won, but definitely would have maybe been a quarter of a length closer. Safe for that. It was a cracking effort, Kevin. She travelled strongly, as you said, off the home bench. She went left as well, losing momentum, and whilst her form wouldn't be the same ballpark as Senora, I think her way she went through testing ground and the way she travelled, and with the stable having had a winner today, they're clearly forward, and a number of horses from well in recent weeks. Girl Bear, I backed her each way this morning. I just thought she was the one you'd like to be with if you want to take on the favourite.
There's number 9, the great fillies, Palencia. Ran her plenty of promise on debut, her only start. That was at Dundalk behind Blanc de Blanc of Rob Snaguars and Ammo. That's gone on and franked the form since, and the runner-up has got beat since, as is the third E-Clap, but I thought she ran plenty of promise on her debut effort.
Yeah, it was getting weight from rivals then, but it was definitely a promising effort, and I can see why she's back a furlong trip here today based on that effort, and the benefit of a recent run would stand her in good stead. There's not on paper a lot of strength and depth to this, Kevin, obviously of the ones who ran. Girl Bear's got the experience. Number 5, Field of Love, Donncha O'Brien's runner, clearly a well-bred filly who looks like she's just physically coming to herself now. Have not made the track last year, makes her debut here today. She's obviously of interest, and what is probably overpriced is number 3, Rocket Robin. Based on conditions here today, she's likely to get on the speed. Cracking effort, went second over 9.5 furlongs to a smart filly of Willie Mullins' Candleford Green in Gorn last year, and again with the Hassel team looking to be quite in good turns to themselves, I can see her down a distance getting on the speed and being competitive, but she's got to give a lot of weight away to her rivals.
Back into evens now, Senora 7-2, then about Field of Love, Donncha O'Brien's newcomer, half sister 2, Fancy Blue, the dual Group 1 winner, 5-1, then Girl Bear, Palancia 10s, 14s, then a Canto and Rocket Robin, and 66-1, bigger the rest. Anything else you haven't touched on?
A couple of words you mentioned with a view to the future. 46A trained by Jim Bulger, and a Canto trained by Noel Meade has been subject to some market moves this morning. Again, a 4-year-old number 1, a Canto, that's got to give weight away to rivals on debut here today.
Okay, looks like they're all in. Let's get up to Jerry for the call.
Dead off. Pretty level break to this 5th race, the Mental Health Matters fillies maiden. It's run over 7 furlongs, and it is Senora just leading up. 46A Palanka reaped the rewards, closely followed by Daughter's Love on the outside of Field of Love as they make the elbow, and then comes Girl Bear. And a Canto is next, followed inside the 5 by Nando Lily, and trading the field is the Grey Pure Valor. Senora with improving. A Daughter's Love, that's the one with the nose band, followed by Field of Love, and 46A as they head for the halfway stage. In between horses is Reap the Rewards, followed then by Rocket Robin, and on the outside a Canto, Girl Bear, Palanka, gap to Nando Lily and Pure Valor. Senora fractional leader. Driven along, one out from the rail is A Daughter's Love, followed by Field of Love, who's trying to get into it, and then comes 46A and Girl Bear, and the Canto is next, and Rocket Robin. Weakening out of contention is Reap the Rewards, and then comes Palanka. But moving on easily is Senora and Ryan Moore. Have kicked away from Field of Love, and then running on is Palanka on the outside, and then 46A, but spacing them out. Clearly in the closing stages of the Mental Health Matters fillies maiden is Senora from Palanka, who's coming home with a rattle on the outside. Senora is collared by Palanka. Palanka and Andy Slattery ran down Senora, who looked all over the winner. And then Field of Love, 46A, and a Kent.
Well, it looked likely for a long way. The Senora was going to give Aidan O'Brien, Team Ballydoyle, the first winner of the new season. But Palanka, with that run under her belt, Fran, back, albeit back in early January, has hit the line strong. Wins in the colours of John Halley and ridden to victory by Andy Slatter, who's enjoyed a profitable winter campaign in Dubai.
Yeah, a really good effort, Kevin. Look, showed up very well on debut, but contrasting ground here today. Down at Furlong and Trip has really suited, also running over a mile on debut. Broke well out of the gates and has kept on straight and true down the middle of the track, not middle of the track, 5 or 6 off the rail, wide of the eventual second, who travelled strongly all the way throughout for rider Ryan Moore, of course, Senora on the mid part of the track at this stage. She found herself in front. Ryan, though, was always at pains to try and keep sitting on her sitting, and it looked all over when he went going to the furlong pole, but she just began to tread water somewhat inside the final 3/4 of furlong, and the winner, with the benefit of that run and recent race fitness, has just come through to win, going away at the death. The eventual second, I'd say, has lost little in defeat. I'd say conditions more than maybe Trip has pretty caught her out, but she's run a good race on her return to action. It looked all over though when Ryan let her down going inside the last furlong and a half.
It did, and just looking at the path that the winner has come through, got into a good position from stall 3, but then had to take back and come right around the field. Big effort. Losing her pitch, hadn't come around the field, as you said, crossing over 1, 2, 3, 4 out to lane 5 to get a run. Maybe that paid dividends today in that he didn't get committed too early, but it's still a big hurdle to overcome, and he's got 3 lengths to make up, 4 lengths maybe on the eventual second. But just as Andy got a couple of backhanders in, there's a change of legs here now, and he just really begins to pick up against a tiring rival. And the last 100 yards here occur on conditions like this, when you begin to weaken as the eventual second did, you're there to be shot at, and with momentum is with the winner, who has produced a good performance, shown a good attitude after that run, which we're trying to look at on the head-on, but due to windy conditions, not the easiest one to work out how much ground was lost. There's definitely lost momentum, but on this rain soft and heavy ground here today, the winners had time to get going and has produced a good performance to win, and nice to get a Cora Maiden out of the way with this one. Yes, indeed, and she's a smart filly, and she's hit the line strong. She's quick and well on that ground, which we haven't seen winners coming from behind, and not many have come from behind.
Yeah, visually picked up.
Welcome back to live action then here as we head over now to Lifford for their delayed 4th race, about 30 minutes behind schedule then here. Down the card, 9-4, 133, 7-2, 6 and 7-2 as well, 146 here for the post. So big drifter on Droopy's Azila. Did win a trial though here last time to 30-25. She's a pick of the post as well. They say roll the dice, it landed on this one's number. Hare running Lifford. So Hare running then here at Lifford for the 4th. And the racing, one breaks well, moves right across with 6 and 4, 3-2-5 as they head round the first of the bends and race over on the back straight. It is the favourite here is Troopers Azila, who is out in front by about 4 lengths to Garan Wildcat in second. Woodbrook Monty is back in third. This trio, the other ones all back in fourth. That is 2 and 5. It's still the red jacket out in front though here, and race up towards the line. 1 goes on for the win, beats 4, followed by the 3. Droopy's Azila or Azila maybe comes home in front for the Cheapest Chips Racing syndicate there. One and then to the winning creations. As we just take in that replay that is. So 1 broke really well and swept right across the track. Literally past 2, 3 and 4 in. Race to start with on the outside. Came back to the inside, did the 1. And it's at a really good pace out in front and was just always in command. None of them really got on terms in behind there. But the red jacket was just too good on the day. And has come home in front in some style as well. 9-4 favourite wins the delayed race 4 here at Lifford.
Right then, we're off to Hove then for the 357, and you've got Antigua Luigi. This one then for Jason Heath. Run well in its last 2 starts, a 2nd and a 3rd. You've got trap 2, Deacon Pee-wee. That one then for Derek Knight. It is then trap 3, that's Droopy's Verdict. That one then for Ricky Holloway. Has been amongst the winners, of course, already this afternoon. Trap 4 then, we've got Azura Sky, another one then for Derek Knight, so he's got 2 excellent chances here. And then the 6 dog shows, there is no 5 here. 6 then we got Somra Hatcher, that one then for Jason Heath, so he's also got a couple of representatives here. So that is the betting then at Hove for the 3-5-7. There we can see the dogs then just about to go forward. Antigua Luigi, last couple of runs have been decent ones, 2nd and a 3rd, so shouldn't be too far away. You then got Deacon Pee-wee, did actually pick up a win. That was 4 starts ago. We then got trap 3, Droopy's Verdict, another one then for Ricky Holloway. Trap 4, Azura Sky, and a good 3rd last time. Another lineup completed then by Somra Hatcher. It was a sole white seed in the race actually for Jason Heath, and a winner 2 starts ago. So that certainly does put that one very much then, doesn't it, into the mix. So the Greyhounds are moving forward here at Hove. 6 race in the card. So we've reached halfway then down on the south coast. And we've still got plenty more to come this afternoon. Building up, of course, to the big final at Sheffield. More open racing at Toaster. More quality action, quality graded action here at Hove. This A2. Starter will check them over. Hair running. And off we go, and out wide then Somra Hatcher was quick off the blocks, wins the break and clears the inside traffic. Racing River Premium up on the inside, but Antigua Luigi is the one who's now trying to cut in the margin of that leader. 1 position better than Droopy's Verdict. Tall task for the other player, headed in by Deacon Pee-wee, but still Somra Hatcher, the one to catch it is not for passing, and once again just begins to lift the pace. Will get first sight, the judge digging deep out in front. Jason Heath's charge and makes just about all. Somra Hatcher the winner.
Feature race on today's program, the Group 3 Pre-Expiry, and it's for the 4-year-olds and above. 1, 2, 5 and 3, an excellent pipe opener for the flat season. Number 1, First Look, comes into this race and does have a weight penalty of 2 kilos. The horse has won 4 of 14, 3 of those in succession, including the Group 2 Pre-Dollar on Arc Saturday last year. Went round in the Champion Stakes at Ascot in the middle of October and ran 5th beaten 7 lengths. First Look quality horse can win this race. Number 2, Azimpur. Horse is raced by the Aga Khan studs, trained by Francis Graffar. 2 wins from 5 starts. Wrapped up last season with a listed win over 2,000 metres at Chantilly. Could go well first up. Number 5 in the race is Bright Picture, raced by the Vaticanarma brothers, trained by André Fabre. This horse has won 5 of 9 starts. Last win 3 starts ago in a conditions race. Now, if you go back through the seasons, the horse did run well as a 3-year-old back in 2024. Did win a Group 2 race, the Eugene Adam, at this venue over 2,000 back in the June of that year. Then came out and won that Class 3 race when first up in August last season. A couple of further runs in group races, including going over for the Bahrain Trophy on the 14th of November last year. A talented gelding. Then we go to horse number 3 in the race, Horizon Door. 22 starts, 8 win horse on his day. Good enough to go round in Group 1 races and has run some really last time out of a listed race. Does have fitness on side, having had 2 runs at Kanyasuma to win the listed race there. 1, 2, 5. Number 5 in the race. Bright Picture comes here with 5. The horse won the Eugene Adam here back in this horse. Now they're just about set to go. This is the pre-expiry. And the 7 runners are set to go. Cleared. Stand by for a start. Gate back. They're off and racing up to the tail of the field. First to begin was Youth. A picture and fourth is First Look. They were followed then by Horizon Door and the final pair. Turn they travel, less than 1,600 to go by a length. Youtha is racing in second and Bright Picture is third, with the white cap, red cap on the inside, Horizon Door in the yellow and Azimpur in the green at the rear. And it's Save Ray showing this way by a length. In second at the outside is Bright Picture. They were followed after a length then by South Bay toward the inner track in about 4th or 5th placing. Here of the field is Azimpur. So the big gun race. Down the side they travel, 800 metres to go. Leader is Save Ray. First Look, fourth, tucked up on the inside is Youth, who are to the outside, and now last is South, but around about 650 metres to go, and the lead on the outside now is Bright Picture. Then and Youtha comes through closer towards the far side. Make up ground. It is Save Ray being joined by Bright Picture on the near side. Bright Picture takes hard down the outside, but he bursts clear on Bright Picture. Maxime Guillon, he goes for home, and he must look, battle it out for second and third, possibly as they were followed in behind those horses then by Youtha as number Guillon first up today.
wins it by a length and a quarter over horse number 2, Azampur Mikhail by Illo Deil. Fourth in was horse 4 and fifth into number 3. That winner there is now five-year-old gelding trained by Andre Farb for the Dart mare by the name of Lucy the Painter. Now the horse has had a checkered career.
This one then was a winner of an ace of a win, finished off quite strongly as well. Card at 272, 29, 81, and then at 15 to 2 is Creevy Crystal, trap 3. The form with her has completely gone. She needs to bounce back then here. 29.69 is the best of times. 17 starts, 2 wins here at the track. As it stands at the moment. 20 seconds left to get your bets, and then trap 2 is 7 to 4, the favourite here. It's 11 to 4, trap 4, 3 to 1, the 6, 7 to 2, trap 1, 6 to 1 at trap 5, and 15 to 2 for trap number 3. Loaded up the traps in here, and then we're going to be ready to go for the delayed race here at Lifford, race number 5. So we are playing catch up as well. And the starter will wave the flag. The hare's running Lifford. So Lifford then, hare on the move here. So hare running. And racing, Snooty Liam, the 4 straight into an early lead from 1 and 6, 2, 3, 5 as they swing round the first of the bends and head over on the far side. Is 4 out in front, 4 lengths clear of 1 in second, and these 2 are the other ones in camera shot, with 4 leading with the 1. 2 is back in third, 4, 1 and 2 the order, then it's 6 as they swing for home here. It's Snooty Liam with 1 on the inside, 4 leading with 1. 1 bridges a gap on the inside, and 1 and 4, 4 and 1. I think the 1, Rough Freedom, maybe the one that's done it here with 4 in second, just ahead of the 2. Yeah, 1 then, Rough Freedom, coming home in front here. 1 on there to John McQuillan, who is the winning owner and trainer. Well, still to Liam, as soon as then Liz went up, the 4 was away and gone, and tried to set a decent tempo then. Out.
Might have been bigger in the betting. Are you all right with the stamina with that one?
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. I know you probably have your reservations. I think I was in shape. I remember seeing hurdles thinking this is an out stay. And he did actually mark 121. He had some solid form to his name. 2 runs this season, been fine. Looked in negative first time out. Last time, it was probably beaten, but Maiden
West at 11 to 1 now. The runners are on the course and getting themselves organised to be sent on their way.
Really competitive that day, but it was a big field. You can forgive that. Yeah. And as you say, much calmer waters here today.
Yeah, I got a big tip coming through for De France last time, but he didn't really run to form, but it was Cheltenham, so obviously strong form. Here we go.
They're away. 2 miles and 7 furlongs they have to cover in the live racing streaming at Copybet Handicap Hurdle. 12 flights to negotiate, and the winner from 12 months ago, Grange Clare Diego, brings them down towards flight number 1 from Rosie Balloon, and Air Spray third towards the inside in the early strides. Sea Houses jumps flight 1 in fourth with the red sleeves, and then we have Top Guy and Escapologist at the back of the field. Over the second, that will be the final hurdle after 2 complete circuits of the course. And Grange Clare Diego, who's only had 1 run since his victory in this corresponding contest 12 months ago, when he pulled up over fences at Wetherby. Back over hurdles today and leads narrowly to Rosie Balloon and Thomas Easterby towards the outside. Air Spray racing in third for Danny McMenamin, a winner over course and distance last month. And on that occasion, Sea Houses was in 6th place. He's in fourth behind Airspray at this early stage. Escapologist racing towards the outside then of Top Guy, the pale jacket under Tristan Durrell, and he's the early back marker as they head into the back straight. Going on towards flight number 3. And Grange Clare Diego landed by around a head. Rosie Ballou just sitting to his outer. Not too far off the pace at the moment. A length and a half to Airspray in third as they move on towards flight 4. Then a break of 2.5 lengths to Sea Houses, Escapologist and Top Guy. And Airspray just a little bit awkward there. Had to put himself right as they now head on towards flight number 5. They've completed a third of their journey. 1 mile down, 2 miles to go. Grange Clare Diego and Rosie Ballou. Not a great deal between them as they touch down there ahead of Airspray and Sea Houses under Isabel Ryder, a little wider out. Top Guy, who won at Aintree back at the end of last year, second at Newbury before a disappointing run at Ascot last time out, but this is a slight easing grade for him. And Escapologist on the outside under Johnny Burke, bidding for his second winner of the afternoon. But he is yet to win in 5 runs beyond an extended 2.5 miles. Into the home straight they head. And coming on down towards flight number 6. Grange Clare Diego. Tom Broughton by half a length to Rosie Ballou, whose 3 siblings, Betty Ballou, Benny Ballou and Millie Ballou, all won here at Market Raisin, and so too did her dam, Tara Ballou, 17 years ago. Moving up on the outside of Airspray, second and third, Sea Houses 4. Both of Sea Houses' wins have been here, and now they're at flight number 7. And the 6 runners over. Escapologist, just a very slight error there on the outside. His only victory came at Fakenham as they make their way once again past the stands. They've got a circuit to travel in the live racing streaming at Copyright handicap hurdle race with little change in the order so far. And Grange Clare Diego embarks up on the final circuit, leading by half a length. Rosie Ballou has been a pretty constant shadow throughout on the outer in second place. Airspray has tracked them third on the rail. Sea Houses in fourth. Top Guy hugged that rail as well under Tristan Durrell. And Escapologist still at the back of the 6 runners as they go into the back straight for the final time. Less than a mile from home now. That was 5 from the finish. Grange Clare Diego, half a length was the advantage stepping over. Airspray back in third in the maroon and yellow with a white cap. Cheek pieces and noseband as they go down towards flight number 9. And then Sea Houses out wide. Just booted into that one, Sea Houses. Top Guy landed in 5th. Escapologist on the outside. And as they come on down towards the final one at the end of the back straight, 3 from home, it's Grange Clare Diego, Rosie Ballou, Airspray, Sea Houses, Top Guy and Escapologist. The only one who's off the bridle is Sea Houses. Sea Houses being ridden along by Isabel Ryder. Johnny Burke just getting a bit lower in the saddle on Escapologist, but as they go into that far corner, it is Grange Clare Diego now being pressed more firmly by Rosie Ballou, who sidles up on the outside. Back in third, Airspray. Sea Houses still in touch in 4. No move yet, Top Guy and Escapologist 5 and 6. They're 2.5 lengths off the pace setters as they come into the home straight. And Rosie Ballou, with her ears pricked, has taken the lead now. It's Rosie Ballou. Sea Houses towards the outer. Then came Airspray as Grange Clare Diego is backpedaling. Escapologist is in 4th. Top Guy in 5th. They're down towards the second last hurdle. Rosie Ballou with the lead. Rosie Ballou, Sea Houses towards the outside. Airspray's under pressure in 3rd. Escapologist on the outer. At the last hurdle, Rosie Ballou picks up by a length to Sea Houses. Escapologist challenging down the middle of the course, and it's Escapologist who passes Rosie Ballou and goes into the lead. Sea Houses, Top Guy hanging under pressure on the outside. outside, but it's Escapologist in the clear for Johnny Burke. Top Guy beginning to run on strongly, but too late. Escapologist and a Johnny Burke double. Beat Top Guy, and then Sea Houses and Rosie Balloon.
No stamina doubts there. Loved every yard of it. Number 3, Escapologist, comes fast and late. Double for Jonathan Burke, as Stevens said. Top Guy has flown in the closing stages, and Sea House has finished 3rd. Number 4, Rosie Baloo, having looked the winner in the home straight, finishes only 4th. Every chance for Airspray, but couldn't put in the finish as of last time. But as Dan said, there were question marks in his view about the...
Right, let's get off then to Hove for their next event then. This will be the 409. And down the card you got Somra Power. That one then it's at 2-1. Trap 2 is vacant. 3 you got Hello Maggie at 7-4. Followed then by Hugo Finn. That one it's at 9-4. It is then Kate's Barge of a Ricky Holloway at 9-1. And then Mustang Maverick up on the outside for Shameless Cahill then at 7-1. So dogs on the inside 1, 3 and 4. They are the ones that look the part, don't they? Somra Power. This one then for Jason Heath, and has been successful in 13 of its 86 starts. Last run in A5 as well was a successful one. So Somra Power, definitely a lot to like about it. Trap 2, as I mentioned, is the vacant box here. So 3, Hello Maggie. That one then at 13-8. Shameless Cahill, and make a debut here at Hove, making its UK debut. She's been running at Kilkenny prior to that, and ran well. Yeah, actually won 2 of its 3 races. The only one that got beaten in was when he got badly crowded on the 16th of January, but a lot to like about it. You then got You Go Finn. That one then at 5-2. This one then for Seamus Cahill, so he is double-handed here then, the handler. Of course, he has been amongst the winners already this afternoon. They'll be looking to try and add to that tally. He was successful, wasn't he, in race number 4. So going forward for the next year at Hove, the 416 A5 graded contest. Trap 1, Somra Power. That one is at 5-2. Trap 2, vacant. 3, then you got Hello Maggie. That one at 6-5. That is then Trap 4, Hugo Finn at 11-4. Trap 5, Kate Bart at 8-1. And Trap 6 is Mustang Maverick. That one at 7s. All in. Started with chat them over. Hair running. Off we go then into Hove, even break as the field then of 5 and going towards that first corner. Hello Maggie trying to grab the early lead and just about managed to muscle its way to the front in a share of second. Then we got Hugo Finn and Mustang Maverick. At the moment Somra Power's got more in front than behind, but it's Hello Maggie then it comes out of the back straight. Keep it either 6 dog though. Mustang Maverick, who is now trying to close in but still got a good 3, possibly 4 lengths to find. It's Hello Maggie then straightens up for the judge and comes away and makes all. Hello Maggie wins it. Mustang Maverick in second.
He was the ready winner of the race last year. Now he's very ground dependent. He's only 6 pounds higher. He's got his conditions here today, and look, in an open field, I do think if there's going to be a follow-up winner of this race, he's got the profile to do so. And Eastwatch also trained by Andy Slattery. You caught up with the team after that, Kevin. They were quite positive about each of the runners.
He's very bullish about Eastwatch. He just thought Highbury CC might be just coming 2 weeks too soon for him, but to quote Andy, if you're watching an extra, he said Eastwatch is flying.
He's a big
and
chance.
He will love the ground.
He will. His dam won a maiden by the length of the straight one day and very tested ground at Leopardstown, and this horse likewise won his maiden at Gorham Park and tested ground last year, and he also backed up with another win, beating a subsequent group listed winner at Gorham Park. So Eastwatch can definitely see the angle with him on his handicap debut here today. Plenty of pace on this race, Kevin. When you look at a number 2, Norwalk Havoc likes to get on the speed. He's having his first run, I think, in a handicap today. A decent horse when he's got his ground to suit on testing conditions, enlisted company, 10 engines on, stalled 26. Big chance. Have suspicion that the last 100 yards could be his undoing here, but he's going to be a big player. Chris Hayes taking a ride. And Grey Leader, a very interesting pick up by the Burns family as well. Won a good handicap last year indeed. Beat her market leader Akachita last year, Tipperary.
Akachita will love the ground as well, Fran. She's one that likes to go forward as well. Whip Cracker, good to see Richard Hughes here as well. Ground will be concerned there. Sole win, Kevin, the all-weather.
Yeah, operated okay at Goodwood 18 months ago, the latter half of his 3-year-old campaign. Cracking effort at the glorious meeting back at the same track last July. Good run at Yarmouth afterwards, and it's significant that Richard Hughes bringing him here today on this ground, because you'll be well aware of what conditions you're going to get, and maybe as a 5-year-old he'd be more attuned and battle hard with it. Oisin Murphy, first ride of the year also in Ireland here today.
Yes, Akachita has 4-1 favourite, 6-1 around the sevens, then Whip Cracker drifting out 2 points, 11-1, then about Eastwatch and Norwalk Havoc, one of 4 of them there on 12-1 now. Tuscan Hills, interesting. Perry Mason won twice the back end of the season. Dutch Gold, the choice of price wise, 14-1, then about Engines on in Highbury CC.
Yeah, number 12 Riby, would not dismiss him lightly as well. Loved the ground, and he's going to get on the speed as well on a day where we've seen the pace really hold up in the main, and he's definitely a contender. Nolly Tamir, number 15, stall 19, Jamie Powell riding for Michael O'Callaghan as well. If going underground would be a type to be competitive, but
Snizzy, another one, 7 pounds out of the handicap, but will love the ground. Cheek piece on for the first time.
Very interesting that Connections are rolling the dice out of the way. It's based on 3 wins last year. There's definitely more to come, and I suppose for this kind of money, if you feel that she will handle the ground, she duly does, why wouldn't you roll the dice? Nothing to lose in a way, and yeah, look, she's one open to further improvement down towards the bottom away. Tuscan Hills, number 3.
Very interesting. Ran in the Dante, ran in the Derby, trip stretched them, won a soft ground stakes race in
similar
Pontefract.
profile to Radaburg, in the same colour as the Wonder Race a few years ago, then trained by Johnny Murta, but first run for Robson de Aguirre, again an ex-UK trained runner in Irish handicap, could be well in if getting back to the promise of that juvenile run. Had tough asks all year. As the sun is abated, it's a lovely day now, Kev.
Oh, beautiful day. Yeah, we should have brought the sunglasses, Fran.
Shorts.
Big Gossy. What a servant to Connections.
They're going to have to rename a race when his time comes to finish racing here at the Curragh, put up a statue to him, because he's been some story for Connections, and last year he actually got better out in distance somewhat, and look, he's got loads of weight, but you would dismiss Big Gossy up the Curragh at your Pearl. Now Lita, number 18, Siobhan Rutledge riding as well down towards the bottom weights. She handles testing ground also. Cracking race, Kevin. For me, Randy, last year's winner, and Eastwatch 2 against the field. Engines on, a player as well if he gets to mile.
Yeah, far from dandy. Looks like he will be the last to go in from the Stephen Thorne yard. He has race fitness on his side, one of a duo of runners along with Pink Oxalis. Gave Stephen a big day last year when landing the big handicap at Champions Dead Leopardstown. Let's get up to Jerry for the feed.
In the opening day feature, the newer Healthcare Irish Lincolnshire, feeling 25 is over a mile as they sort themselves out. On the inside, it is Narlita to the fore with Big Gossy and Whip Cracker, the solitary English runner. Followed in the centre by Titanium and Eastwatch and Great Move, and working out to Mr. Rango. Riby and Norwalk Havoc as they turn at the 6 furlong point. And going along in front is Narlita from Whip Cracker. Mr. Rango, Big Gossy, Syzygy, Eastwatch, followed by Tuscan Hills, Titanium, Norwalk Havoc and Great Move, and Riby next with Dark Summit and Petty Mason. Engines on. Senna's Girl, Grey Leader, and they're followed by Crypto Force and Akachita is next. Well back is a Randy, last year's winner. As they continue their progress towards the halfway stage, they're followed then by Far From Dandy with Tamam Desert, and then Noli Temere and Highbury CC, Pink Oxalis, Dutch Gold. They've just gone by the halfway stage, and boating along a couple of lengths in front is Narlita from Whip Cracker, Eastwatch. Mr. Rango improving out wide is the Grey Akachita, followed by Engines On. 2.5 furlongs to go in the Lincoln, and the leader continues to be Narlita. By 3 to Whip Cracker. Riby on the outside of Eastwatch, Dark Summit and Syzygy up the rail, followed with a furlong and a half to go by Titanium, moving away from Far From Dandy, and Riby strikes the front, has taken Narlita, followed by Eastwatch. On the inside is Syzygy, then Dark Summit, Far From Dandy, Whip Cracker, but away with the Lincoln is Riby and Declan McDonald
and out in front as they run up towards the finish. It is Riby for Michael Mulvaney. What a win for him. Eastwatch second, and then Syzygy, far from dandy, Narlita.
Well, it's gone the way of Riby. Relishes this underfoot conditions. He was a revelation on it last season, and he lands the big one, the feature on day one, the new healthcare Irish Lincoln for trainer Mick Mulvaney. Declan McDonough on board and wins for the Lee Regan partnership.
Great success for Mick Mulvaney, one of the most popular fellas around, Kevin. We've great fun with him through the year, notably at Dundalk when he's up there on a Friday night. But to win an Irish Lincoln, big success for him and his team here. And didn't he travel? He travelled strongly. Eastwatch, as we envisaged, was going to be a big contender. Randy lost his position somewhat, having got out of gates. Well, he was in it back throughout in comparison to where, again, all the action was up in the front end. Eastwatch travelled strongly alongside the eventual winner up towards the middle of the track at this point in time. White cap the winner to the fore, just tracking the pace setting on the standside group, Mr. Rango.
Yes, indeed. Eastwatch has run a cracker as well. Fran, he's just in between, isn't he? It's a mile and a quarter is probably Eastwatch's ideal trip.
Yeah, and you run a horse in this race on these conditions, and he just got outpaced as the winner began to shift right. He was lugging a bit right as well. There's a small loss of momentum, but once the winner went, he ran on again after him. Cracking effort by him, and look, he just would be better another furlong under his belt, or even two, Kevin, on drier conditions for Eastwatch. But he's run a superb race, giving weight again to the winner here today, 8 stone 12 against the second, who 9 stone 6. Ran a very good race, and in a bunch finish, perhaps Syzygy was one of the ones to finish off with third place.
And far from dandy has run a cracker as well for Stephen Thorne, a ground that would have been a little bit suspicious about handling, but had race fitness on his side coming off the back of an all-weather campaign.
Yeah, race fitness to the fore as well, and had a good winter, but has kept on nicely and ran a good race. Engines on in the pink sleeves, could never land a blow today. Likewise, Norwalk Havoc, both of them can often get out of speed, but here is the moment of truth for Riby. He does shift slightly to his right, and he does go to rail, but he's clear, and once getting to rail, he picks up to win by a couple of lengths. Eastwatch a little bit awkward there for a couple of strides as the eventual winner went by. He's rallied, he's kept on well again. His stamina on this ground coming to fore, but the winner is winning, and value for the winning margin, not doing a lot, having travelled best of all to take up the lead as we pick up the head on here now.
Started winning off a mark of 62. That was at Belliostown, and 3 wins with last season, one at Gorn and one at Galway as well as last. We're coming off a mark of 80, but Fran, you hear he was drawn to him from a long way how well he travelled. He sat 6-7 off the rail in the middle of the track, basically a half a length, 3 parts down on Eastwatch,
and travelled noticeably well, and you can see why he's gone around Galway so well, because he does hang right under pressure, so that seems to bring out the best in him as well. But it doesn't matter what he does, Kevin, for the rest of the year. 59,000 euros in the pot today on the open day of the season, and a lovely win from Mick Mulvaney. Declan McDonough on board, winning the Lincoln. Aidan McGuinness's horse back in the day. Victrum, was it? Yeah, very good horse as well, and back on board today from Mick Mulvaney, and nice pick-up ride to get, and a horse to relish conditions, and it's just gone the right way this year. And it's a 4-year-old, he's really come good in the latter half of last season, and relish conditions here today again on a day it's not seen a lot get involved. From a long way out, a lot of horses were cooked.
And this man, he's riding at the top of his game. He's been crowned giant leading rider at Dundalk during the winter series with 12 winners on the board. He's been riding at the top of his game since the turn of the year.
He is having a great run, Declan, and into the new season after that bit of momentum at Dundalk to get a big winner on the turf mid-March opening day just puts you in people's minds, and any spare rides going, it just makes it a lot easier to sell yourself, if you like, because it's a game where everyone starts at 0 today, and you need to get up and running. First 6 weeks of the season can be very tricky and frustrating for a rider because of the lack of racing, the stop-start nature to it. So to get a winner on the board like this will float a lot of boats until early May at least.
And as we said about Mick Mulvaney, he's one of the gents in the game, isn't he?
Anytime you meet Mick, it's always good, and we've great fun with him, and he does extremely well with his team. They seem to handle testing ground very well, and if you meet Mick Mulvaney and say what he got today, I'll have a winner, generally do win.
Yeah, he doesn't kick too many wides. They've landed, they've teamed up, Declan McDonough with Mick Mulvaney and our winning owner Lee Regan to land the feature event, the opening day of the season, the 100 grand New Healthcare Irish Lincoln.
Anyone think Kev might have bagged the winner? Riby it is, who carries on last season's form. I mean, Riby and Syzygy finished first and third. They were the two sort of big improvers from last season, but taking a big jump up in class. They've carried that on. Eastwatch always well positioned in second, and he was far from Dandy, who kept on steadily for a fourth spot.
Try my best to feed her appetite, keep her coming every night, so hard to keep her satisfied. Oh, kept playing love like it was just a game, pretending to feel the same, but turn around and leave again. But oh, this love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before.
Lining up for this at 4-3-4, and Mind the Mouse is the one dog. Trap 2, then we got She's a Judge, that one then for Shameless Carhill. Trap 3, then we got Cash Out Rory, and then the 6 dog is Portobello Key, and that one then for Derek Knight. So those are the 4 then that are lining up here. Have a quick look at the form of all of them. And we got Mind the Mouse. Started a couple of runs here at Hove. Did a lot of running at Toaster prior to that. And 2 runs here at Hove have been satisfactory ones. Second last time. She's a Judge. That one then for Seamus Cahill. Got a pretty decent record, 4 from 23. And all those 4 wins, by the way, have actually come in D4 company. Yeah, had its colours lowered though in the last 2 runs here in D4, finishing down the field in both of them. So just perhaps maybe need to up its game. So they are then going forward. A couple of absolute crackers to look forward to this, by the way. We have got the Queen Mother Memorial Final at Sheffield, and then another Derby trial over at Toaster. But this a nice aperitif. D4 285. Trap 1, well fancied here, Mind the Mouse. Trap 1, She's a Judge, then for Seamus Cahill. Then we got Cash Out Roar, the kennel mate actually of the one dog. And then we got Portobello Key. For Derek Knight, who comes to the race as well on the back of a win. So the dogs then going in.